Good to see everybody here back at the MITC. It's April 13th, 2023. Today, I thought it would be good to speak to Andy Bartell. So Andy, somewhere along the way, decided, in addition to his career, that he wanted to pursue some things that he was passionate about, and started a little business that he calls On Par Engraving. I want Andy to talk quite a bit about that, and in particular, the business plan that he created.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to be back here, and I appreciate you reaching out about talking about business plan. Definitely a scary and overwhelming fear for a lot of new business owners, and just getting off the ground and getting those ideas in a formal business plan. And what do you do with it? Why do you need that? So how this business plan kind of came to be was, I had this idea a few years ago, and the basis of this business was 3 or 4 years ago. And for anyone who's not familiar with On Par Engraving and what we do, we create custom golf course memorabilia for any golf course in the world. That's our elevator pitch right there in a nutshell. So where this came from, I had this idea 3 or 4 years ago of creating custom lakes. So I like the idea of using a laser engraving machine to make custom 3D lake art. Thought that was really cool. That was really fascinating. I probably got one here on my Etsy page somewhere. So what happened with that then is I realized that this was kind of a saturated market. If you Google right now on your computer, wherever you are, Google 3D lake art, you're going to see pages and pages of beautiful 3D lake art. There's no surprise there, a lot of beautiful artists. So I was having a hard time creating pieces that, competed in that space. If you also get on your computer right now, wherever you are, and Google custom laser engraved golf gifts, you'll probably find my webpage. And that's because there's not very many people doing this. In fact, I'm one of the only people in the world who creates custom laser engraved golf course artwork. So where this idea kind of came, how we went from lakes to golf courses, is one of my coworkers, buddies. His dad needed a Father's Day gift. So we said, all right, well, what if I use this laser technique, this laser machine, which is kind of like a CNC machine? What if I use that and we create like a golf course? So I've been a cartographer. I've been making maps for 20 years now. So I'm good at making maps. I'm an expert at making maps. So what I did is we made a map, a rough sketch of a golf course that my buddy's dad was a member of, and we laser engraved that and painted it by hand. And I still have a copy here in my bedroom as a reminder of where we started as a company. I don't show that to anybody. It's terrible. It's pretty awful. But where we are now, where we've grown, we've made hundreds of golf courses now for golf courses and customers all over the world, which is really exciting. So I had this idea. I started making a couple of golf courses, and I realized like people were willing to pay for something that I was going to make, which is really exciting. That I had something that people wanted. And so I have a demand, I have something I like, I have something I'm good at, and I have something I can make money at. And these all kind of came together and intersected, which was really exciting. I had that intersection, had a business, but then I was struggling to try to formulate like a solid plan for what I wanted to do. And that's where here in Sheboygan County, I got connected with the Sheboygan County Economic Development Corporation. But it's basically to help businesses, small businesses get started. The program is actually through University of Wisconsin Stevens Point business program. If you're a new business, they don't charge you anything. You just connect with them and say, hey, I'm trying to get up and running as a business here. And then you'll dive in and they'll help you with whatever resources that you need. So the cool thing about this program through University of Wisconsin Stevens Point was I think the course is like 8 weeks long, and each of the 8 weeks broke down a different component of your business plan.
Couple quick hitters. Who is the plan for? Is the plan for the business? Is the plan for investors? Is it for the public? Like, is it all three? How would you describe? I mean, who benefits from the business plan?
My business plan, my priority is myself, and then it's yeah, I guess it's just myself. So my business plan
in particular was not intended to be given to investors.
Right, exactly. Okay. So Kyle, to answer your question, most people, number one is investors. Number two is usually the business, and then number three, sometimes the public.
All right. So for you, the priority was for yourself. So why was a business plan important for for you?
Accountability. I wanted to have the accountability as a business owner that
Okay.
I had a plan that I was going to try to stick to, and also reflective too. I wanted to look back and see, which is really fun to have it on the screen today. I haven't looked at this plan in a solid bit here, so
Okay.
it's not even that old, but the whole plan is changed.
So your image, your logo, that remains the same, right?
Yep.
All right. So I like
Actually,
that.
no, we did make one change. The logo, even the logo has changed. Since starting this business plan, I've reached out to Dana Legal Services in California, and we have our business is a registered trademark now.
There's a table of contents you have, executive
Yep.
summary, business description, marketing. Tell us about it.
Executive summary. This is just what the business is, where we started, what we do. We've got next business description. So this is a little bit more under the hood. We take a little bit deeper dive into what exactly does this business do? What exactly do we make? How do we make it? What is our product? Our product is a wooden medium with engraved, painted, and stained features. Basically, you're trying to describe exactly what your business does, what you create, without using pictures.
All right, tell us about the industry analysis.
Yeah, so industry analysis, this is where this is one of the first sections that a bank is really going to look into and be interested in is who are you marketing to, and what's this what's the industry look like? So if you're a restaurant, what do the other restaurants in your area look like? Well, that's we talk more about that in competition. So the industry for me was difficult because am I in the golf industry or am I an artist in the art industry? I'm really both. I'm an artist that makes specific artwork for the golf industry. That's my industry, golf. Everything I do is golf. We see in here, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but we talk about the IBIS report, IBIS. And I don't forget, I can't remember what that acronym stands for, but the Sheboygan County Economic Development Corporation, as part of this business plan, actually helped us pull in the IBIS report. These IBIS reports are expensive. These aren't cheap reports, but these IBIS reports basically give you a detailed look into your industry, trends, markets, stuff like that.
This is one of my favorite sections. Target market, customer profile. I mean, this is just great for all of us. So yeah, dive into this, please.
Yeah, so at On Par Engraving, the recipients. So if you're starting a hair salon, you're going to market to people who have hair, which is definitely not me. If you're starting a restaurant, you're going to target to people who want to eat. And if you target to people who want your products. Mine's a little bit different because the general recipients of my product are not the people who order it. So I make gifts for people is what I do. So instead of marketing to golfers, I try to hit their spouses and their children. So it was an interesting market. How do I find the spouses of golfers? Then we talk about our competitive analysis here. So now we dive more into who else is doing this. And this was a challenging section here to write, Kyle, because it was hard to write this and not sound arrogant or pompous. And like I said, I'm really one of the only people. If you get online your computer right now and you search for custom laser engraved golf course artwork, you're going to find On Par Engraving on Google's first page. I'm sure of it. Eventually, I'm going to have competition though. So competition is going to come. Someone else is going to figure out the business model. Someone else is going to figure out the exact steps to do this efficiently and economically. But that's something that I've spent 3 years to do myself. But I can still say I'm the original. When copies start coming out, which they will, as part of part of business, that's how it works. We'll have competition. We're the first one that's been doing it, and I'd like to say that we're going to be the best one that does this. Teresa, I see a comment in there about golf shops and pro shops. One of my biggest breaks in business so far has been working with Kohler Corporation. So I got approved to be a vendor of the Kohler Corporation. So we're essentially working. This is going to be my first drop ship client. So essentially, what we're going to be doing is we're displaying my artwork of all of the Kohler Corporation's golf courses. It's Whistling Straits, Black Wolf Run. My artwork is going to be in their pro shops in the very near future, and essentially they'll sell that for whatever they want to, whatever their price margin is. They let me know when they've made a sale. I create the artwork, put any customization on it for their customer, and then I ship it out. So Kohler doesn't have to touch the artwork at all. They just have one in their shop, bring the sale up, and then I create the pieces. So I want to replicate that for every golf course in the country. So
hey, marketing, tell us about that.
Yeah, so marketing, marketing has completely changed. I could just delete this whole section right now and start over. So marketing, originally when I started the business, I originally started this business just marketing on Etsy. I'd make some posts on Reddit. In the golf pages.
I read that and I was like,
I posted on Reddit. I post on Reddit and then people just flood my inbox. Oh, I want one of those. I want those. Yeah. I actually haven't even posted on there in a while because I've had a perfect workload right now. So yeah, my whole marketing has changed. And actually right now, I've actually focused on in-person shows. So that's completely different from this plan. So I focus on in-person shows. I go to 2 or 3 shows, golf shows here, the Chicago Golf Show, Milwaukee Golf Show, Fox Cities Golf Show. Go to these local golf shows, set up a booth with my products, and I get people engaged with our company. The other way I'm focusing on a digital marketing, and one of those this year is the Chicago Golf Magazine. So later this week or early next week, the Chicago Golf Magazine is going to have a featured article on par engraving. So we're going to have our products. We're going to have a feature story. So I allocated a good portion of my marketing this year to that golf magazine. But I need to look at ways where I can connect with golfers. I'd go to different places, like I go to Oktoberfest or a craft fair. I'd set up a booth, but I got to be at places where golfers are. So I got to hit golf shows and golf magazines is where I'm at right now. What's coming up next?
Organizational structure.
Yeah, we don't need to spend too much time on this. Again, this has changed a lot because originally when I started this plan, I did a lot of the stuff, but I still hired out. I hired out some of the stuff, but now I'm hiring out different sources. So the laser, I brought the laser in-house. So I actually purchased a laser machine. I got a $12,000 industrial laser machine to handle my workload. But then like taxes, I can't do the taxes anymore. So I have an accountant. I have an accountant in Sheboygan, and they handle all my taxes. So it's moving stuff around. It's as a business owner, you look what do I like to do? What am I good at?
Right. What's legal organization and management? It sounds boring.
It is. This is a pretty boring section. We could probably just skip through this pretty quickly. It's just how am I a legal organization? I'm an LLC, S corp, C corp. What are you? How are you structured? Mine was a little unique, and that's why there's a lot more text here than most business plans will have, because I actually have a computer consulting business, and I'm under that LLC, but it's just kind of dry stuff. Business risks. We were just talking about this a minute ago. So this is where the risks come in. And what happens if your business fails? So the bank wants to know when you go in and get a loan, what happens if your business flops? What happens if you open that restaurant and the new barbecue joint and it flops? So then we want to talk about milestones and goals. Again, we don't need to read all these or expand on that, but I think I hit most of these goals on here, which is really cool to see.
Awesome.
The next one is business financial. This is another section that you really just go through. You got to pick apart what each one of these things are. And if you're going to a bank, this is what a bank's going to look at. What are your startup costs? What are your profit and loss projections? Where's the risk for the bank? If we give you this $50,000 loan for your restaurant, where's it going to go? That kind of thing. And then we have some, just some appendices here of, different snapshots of how my Etsy sales correlate to Etsy revenue. And actually most of my business isn't even on Etsy anymore, which is crazy too. When I made this business plan, I didn't even have the website onparengraving.com. That didn't even exist. I was only operating out of Etsy. So, or maybe I just started the website. So now more of my business actually comes through onparengraving.com, which is exciting to see how this changes over time. And then at the end, just some samples of my work. So that's really the business plan in a nutshell. Anyone who wants to 10% off, even if you just mention Meaningful Ideas Trading Club to a friend who's a golfer, just mention Meaningful Ideas Trading Club in any message to me, we give you 10% off. And then the last message, if anyone has any connection with golf courses or pro shops, I will give you 20% commission. So if you get me a deal with any local golf course in Wisconsin or wherever you are in the country, you get me a deal with them, get my foot in the door, I'll give you 20% commission for making that connection for me. That sound good, everyone?
All right, guys, thank you. Appreciate all your contributions. Good interaction today. Thank you, Andy. And we will see you guys back here in the Meaningful Ideas Trading Club another time. Have a great day.